On today's Star Wars news, Taika Waititi's mystery project appears to be the next franchise film for Star Wars, and Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy has been delayed by Lucasfilm. Hello everyone, I am Gareth here from What Culture Star Wars, bringing you this, well, I want to say a breaking news update, but it's been doing the rounds for a little bit on social media right now. It's that massive Vanity Fair special article that's just ran, which is pretty much, it's dived into an awful lot of what is going on behind the scenes right now with Disney Plus, Lucasfilm, the entire Star Wars world going forward over the next year or so, or the next couple of years at the very least, because there were loads of things that just got uncovered and delved into, and it's a great read. If you want to go and read that, go and check it out. It's online now, and there's some incredible images. There's obviously the one of Rosario Dawson, Hugh McGregor, Pedro Pascal, and then Diego Luna just all stood there as like the heroes, the focal points of this next chapter in the Star Wars story. And there were a ton of things to talk about. There was the Andor release date, that's going to be in summer. We've also got the third season of Mandalorian set to be coming out towards the end of this year or next year, early next year hopefully. You've also got the Acolyte, which is now set to be, I think it's set roughly 100 years before the events of the Skywalker saga, the Phantom Menace, all these things. You also had Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker rehearsing backstage, like practicing backstage with a lightsaber. It just looked so damn epic. And then also we had Kathleen Kennedy just confirming, pretty much saying that Kevin Feige's film within Star Wars, because that has been reported, a lot of people have been saying Kevin Feige, the Marvel studio head honcho guy, is going to be doing a film for Star Wars. That isn't official, that's not been confirmed, that's not something that is specifically going to be happening in like this Star Wars lore, this world at this moment in time. But I don't know, I still feel like that could be on the edge of coming out, but they're just not quite ready to officially confirm that. But speaking of films within the Star Wars world, well, there's a lot to dive into with this, because you may have noticed with Disney as of late, ever since I believe Rise of Skywalker, they've not actually produced or created a feature film to be presented for everyone. They've been more focused on these TV series. Like, they've got so many coming in the future. You've got Ahsoka as well, which is on its way. Andor, like I've just said, this like Obi-Wan Kenobi comes out in like 9 days time or something ridiculous like that. My head's still going to get blown up from that. I can't wait. I cannot wait for it. But with this newfound focus on television has come obviously the lack of feature films on the horizon. But that is all set to change, because according to this Vanity Fair article, Taika Waititi's film, his mystery film, is set to be the next Star Wars film that's going to come out. Again, there's no official date as to when that's going to happen, but it's looking like that's going to be the first one that's coming when it does come. So they just played the cards so incredibly close to the chest with this, but it does feel like, according to Kathleen Kennedy, that is the direction we're going to go. What we do have in terms of details for this mysterious film is that it's been written, the screenwriter is Christy Wilson Cairns, who was the 1917 screenwriter. They're going to be working alongside Waititi on this script within the Star Wars universe. Waititi directed also an episode of The Mandalorian. He was also in The Mandalorian as that really cool robot, the bounty hunter. So he's very much got his fingerprints all over this universe already. And another vital piece of information that we got from within this article is the fact that Patty Jenkinson's Rogue Squadron appears to still be alive and well. It's just not happening yet, but that is expected to follow up Taika Waititi's film when that does happen. It just feels like a lot of things are being said that they are going to happen. They just don't want to commit to saying when they're going to happen. But I'm just shocked that this is still alive, because this got pushed back. It's been very much swept under the carpet. There's been no real mention of it for quite some time now. Patty Jenkins herself hasn't really mentioned it either. So the fact that it is still in their plans at this moment is, I don't know, it's quite cool. I mean, I'm quite excited for it. I can't really wait to see what happens with that film. I think it's going to be interesting to see the Rogue Squadron. If you've played the game, the Rogue Squadron game, it was I don't know, it was moderately received. Like, people seem to enjoy it. But I think if you have the film that is centered all around these pilots by somebody who really does care about the piloting world, she obviously spoke about that when the film was first announced, I think it's in safe hands there with Patty Jenkins. So I'm very excited about that. But another set of films which appears to have been pushed back yet again. Not surprisingly, really, we've seen how much work he's been doing as of late on another set of films that has become like a franchise in its own right, is Rian Johnson. I always get that wrong. It's Rian Johnson. He has been, in terms of his slate of Star Wars films, there was another trilogy that he was set to direct, obviously on the back of The Last Jedi, which went down so well with everyone. There was no divisiveness that came about with that film at all. It was just universally adored. Whatever your feelings towards The Last Jedi, that film happened, and Rian Rian Johnson then got given, supposedly. He got offered the chance to do a trilogy, and it's just not yet come to light because of his commitments to Knives Out, because Knives Out came out after that, got all this critical acclaim. Netflix went, wow, that film looks great, it's done really good with all the people in the world, so we're gonna give you loads of money to make more of them, and that's what he's doing right now. So it feels like that's now been put on the back burner due to these commitments. That's what Kathleen Kennedy herself said within this article, while he's working on Knives Out 2 and all those other films. But it does, again, feel like he's in the plans. They've not outwardly just come out here and said, no, we don't want Rian Johnson to be a part of the Star Wars universe going forward. They've just said, for now, he's doing his thing, we'll do our thing. When he wants to come aboard and fully commit, that's something that was stressed throughout this. Like, Kathleen Kennedy really wants people who want to commit for a couple of years to telling Star Wars stories, and I think at this moment in time, Rian Johnson's just not in a position where he wants to do that, because he's quite happy playing with his knives and getting his knives out. that's a thing. Yeah, so it's just one of those things right now where it looks like they're trying to veer away potentially from trilogies just in general, just that like format of storytelling. I know on the back of talking about a Rian Johnson trilogy being pushed back, it seems weird to suggest that trilogies are even part of the plan anymore, but that is something that Kennedy said. She said, I hesitate to use the word trilogies anymore because Star Wars is much more about persistent storytelling, and that is evident just in the way that they've produced that, The Mandalorian recently, the Book of Boba Fett. They've got all these interweaving stories, and it just feels like relentless sounds like the wrong word to use, but just stories that just don't seem to have a very clear ending and a very definitive like 3-act, 3-film structure anymore. It's just about having all these series and just keeping the momentum going and just propelling series forward from within other series. You know what I mean? It just seems to be the way they are going right now, as you've seen in the Book of Boba Fett. And we're probably going to see in Obi-Wan Kenobi as well, which has been great seeing the Obi-Wan Kenobi buzz right now, seeing Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen himself just back aboard and just finally getting the chance to receive some flowers from people who really did enjoy that character when he was first introduced in the prequels. Obviously the critics weren't very kind to him, but him and Hugh McGregor both come out and said that they've just loved the support that they've been getting from people for this series, and just the renewed love, or not even the renewed love, but the chance to finally experience the love from those people who were quite young when those films came out, and they were skewed towards the younger generation. They finally getting a chance to interact with people now who are at an age where they can just fully say, yeah, those films had a massive impact on me and I loved everything that you did. And it's been a great time for them. Just a slight little detour there because Obi-Wan Kenobi is round the corner. I cannot wait for that series. It is going to be so good. Disney Plus, you just keeping me hooked. It's the reason they've got all these hundreds of millions of subscribers right now. It's because they just keep giving us the good stuff. But in terms of like Taika Waititi himself, he's obviously got a lot on right now, and I'm just going to veer straight back to the start of the kind of news stories that we had today, because he's got Thor Love and Thunder coming out in like a month or two. So, and he's just I think he's just been a part of the Our Flag Means Death HBO series. Obviously he's produced that, directed that, and been a huge part of it as Blackbeard. So he's been doing an awful lot. You got the Flash Gordon series that he's doing, the Akira thing, he's got the Inkle, Next Go Wins, and the Time Bandit series. He's literally never stopping working right now. He's obviously got an Oscar to his name in recent times because of his Jojo Rabbit screenplay. He's just doing his thing. He's having a great time. So why not add Star Wars to that list of ever-growing, notable projects of note, and just let the good times roll with it. Taika Waititi we trust, in my mind, so I just hope he keeps smashing it out of the park. But yeah, that Vanity Fair article, just in general, like I said at the start of the video, go and check it out if you haven't already, because it's got some incredible images in it, and then you've got some great stories from like Diego Luna being sat in a taxi and being told about this Andor series that was going to come about, and trying to use code words so that the guy who was driving his taxi didn't know that he was talking about, Star Wars whilst he was going through that. So he was just kind of really cool little anecdotes like that. Rosario Dawson frightening a friend's kid because he was obsessed with Ahsoka Tano and the Clone Wars series, and then as soon as he saw a FaceTime of her in full Ahsoka makeup, he absolutely crapped his pants and ran away. So like stuff like that, it's really good. It's a great read. Take that time out of your day just to consume it if you love all things Star Wars. But I have been Gareth from What Culture Star Wars. Let me know what you think about all these, I don't know, I was going to call them mic drops, but huge piece of information that dropped within this article. Obviously the Rian Johnson, I keep saying the damn guy's name wrong, Rian Johnson's trilogy being delayed, pushed back even more, Taika Waititi's mysterious film looking like it's going to be the next feature that's going to be introduced into this galaxy far, far away, and then all the other stuff that we found out about the Disney Plus series as well. Let me know what you think of all of that in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to all things What Culture Star Wars, and more importantly than all this, I hope the Force remains with you and is strong with you through these exciting times with Obi-Wan Kenobi right around the corner. I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.